What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live this evening. What is going on? Going up on a Thursday, Good to see you guys. Good to see each and every one of you. Before we get started, if I could just ask you to smash that like button. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's the number one thing you can do to help out a channel like this. Get in front of those tricky YouTube algorithms. So if you haven't hit like, if you could just take a moment to do that, that's hugely appreciated. Secondly, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You are watching Steele Live. I am Steele. We've got an awesome community here and would love to have you along with us for the ride and ascension to the moon, Mars, and beyond. So I'd like to invite you to subscribe. Hit all on that notification bell. If you've already subscribed to the channel, I'd like to invite you to hit all on the notification bell. It is estimated that just 25% of all subscribers to a YouTube channel hit the notification bell. So let's up those numbers. Let's beat the average. I think we can do it. We got definitely a lot of loyal folks in this community. And also, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this show, that's hugely appreciated for my time and efforts. Feel free to ask whatever questions, comments you'd like of myself or my co-host. And lastly, memberships are now available. And good to see more and more of you guys getting into the memberships and taking advantage of the members exclusive only content and all that, and the extra streams we have. And you can see what that's about by just clicking the link pinned at the top of the chat. It'll just open a new window for you while keeping the existing one you have here. Great to see you guys. Who do we got? Alan Schneider, Zombie Doge Army, Crypto Tank Girl, Steve Ravas, Louis Doge, Sliding Edge, Pat Lee, Bluey Vuitton, I like that. 7-1, Fatali, of course. Fatali starting things off with a super chat of $2. Hurry up, Steele. Hurry up, Steel peeps, about to make it rain. Let's effing go. Thank you, Vitali. Appreciate it. Hump Deezy. Ramon, he's back. Good to see you, Ramon. Swift Pilot, of course. 7-1. Did I miss anyone? I don't think I missed everyone. I think I got everyone that's active in the chat for now. And Andy Shirley, of course. Number Doge. Elvin, Marco, Luminal, and Rock Lobster. Yes. Good to see you guys. Awesome. And if you're new here, if you're a lurker and you're a little bit shy about being active in the chat, don't be shy. These folks are very welcoming, and feel free to make your voice heard. And without any further ado, I would like to bring in my co-host, Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. Nick, what is going on? How was your Thursday?
Hey, Stephen, it was pretty good. Got a little bit done. Of course, I went tanning today, so I'm all bronzed up. Went to the bank, just did some errands.
Right on. Sounds pleasant. Yeah, so a lot happened today. The Ethereum London fork is here.
Is it ever?
Man, is it here, and boy, is it a game changer. And we're going to talk about what that means now, what that means in the future, what can we expect to see from it, and how it's going to affect the market. Let me see here. So this comes courtesy of CNBC. Ethereum just activated a major change called the London hard fork. Here is why it's a big deal. Ethereum's London hard fork has just been activated, and it's a major change. One of the changes alters the way transaction fees are calculated, ideally smoothing them out and making them less volatile. Another change essentially sets the stage for a major transformation of Ethereum that will make it harder for miners to earn money and eventually make mining irrelevant. Ethereum's much hyped and somewhat controversial London hard fork has just been activated. So far, news of the successful upgrade has coincided with a run-up in the price of Ether, the native token of Ethereum blockchain. The cryptocurrency at the time was a little over 2,600, up 4% last 24 hours. Well, right now it's up considerably more than that, headed towards 2,800. A big part of the enthusiasm has to do with the fact that the software upgrade means a few major things. And necessary changes are coming to the code underpinning on the world's second biggest cryptocurrency. It has always been a tough go for Ethereum users. The blockchain has a long-standing problem with scaling, and it's highly unpredictable. Sometimes exorbitant transaction fees can annoy even its biggest fans. The problem has become worse in recent months thanks to a surge in interest in NFTs, which are mostly built on Ethereum's blockchain, as well as explosive growth in the world of decentralized finance, or DeFi, which also largely uses the Ethereum blockchain. It adds a lot of complexity to the fees logic, but it's an interesting approach and could be sizable or stabilize the fees dynamic, says Nick Carter of Castle Island Venture. And it goes on and on, but I think I got the meat of it there. So here we have it, Nick. The London hard fork is here, and it seems to be tackling head on Ethereum's main weaknesses. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to watch this play out live today, Stephen. It was, I think I was trying to find it right now. I couldn't find it. At the peak, they were burning like 8 Ethereum per minute or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the total amount burned throughout the day. It was something like $300,000 or something like that.
Wow.
Ethereum burn rate. I'm looking for it now. Yeah,
sure.
Almost 395,000 were burned per hour. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, man. And just to watch the price action today, it was one of those things where people were like, well, is this gonna play to the upside, or was the price kind of built in? Yesterday, everybody kind of had questions like, was that the lead up yesterday? Was that it, or whatever? No, I think today, and I was chatting with Miles, our friend Miles G, a little earlier, and we were saying like, I think that this is the beginning of the flippening. The flippening is here, and it starts today. Yeah,
I think that's fair to say that the flippening starts today. The all signs and indications that we have talked about frequently here on the show, Nick, seem to not only suggest that a flippening with Ethereum taking over that number one spot is probable, but it seems at this point rather inevitable, frankly. What do you say?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, a lot of people were asking me like, well, why isn't Doge moving? It will happen. And I am just glad that Bitcoin dominance is now it's not just under question. I think Bitcoin dominance is going to not be dominance anymore. And two, I think that Dogecoin being bridged to Ethereum is, I would much rather have Doge's future rely on Ethereum than rely on Bitcoin.
I agree 100%. At this point, it's becoming painfully obvious, even to some of the folks that are most bullish on Bitcoin, that it's just really hard to compete with the amount of practical utility that Ethereum is offering the market in a number of ways. Not only that, but the amount of usage that different sectors of the industry are relying on the Ethereum blockchain for. Furthermore, Ethereum has had the benefit of being around so long as to create very, very strong relationships with various captains of industry, to the point where these captains of industry have committed a long-term relationship to expanding much of their developing crypto sectors on the Ethereum blockchain, as expressed, for example, by Visa, right? So these are major game-changing moves and relationships that Ethereum has solidified. I remember when I was a bit more critical of Ethereum probably about 6-7 months ago when they failed to roll out Ethereum 2.0 when they said they were going to. And then I kind of reflected on it a bit more, and I did a bit more research, and I kind of augmented my my criticisms of Ethereum. And I quickly realized it didn't even matter if Ethereum was slow to the draw on Ethereum 2.0 because they have already forged so many strong relationships with huge industries and companies that they could afford to be a bit late with these updates. What do you say?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think now it is for people who don't know, Vitalik knows exactly what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
it is blatantly obvious that Vitalik is like a 9th level grandmaster of computing, and you know, if it takes him a little extra time to roll out 2.0, it doesn't concern me at all. I think whatever time, it's just like with Elon. You know, he's always late to the game on stuff, but when it comes out, it's always sick. So I would rather him take the time and get it right than rush, you know, and have something come out not fully developed.
Yeah, I agree. And the more time goes on, just kind of dovetail off what you said there, it's becoming clearer and clearer that Vitalik, Buterin, really, I mean, people use this term a lot, but it really particularly rings true in reference to Vitalik Buterin. But what we're seeing here unfold is pretty masterful three-dimensional chess. And I think the timing on which this is all rolling out and the order in which it's all rolling out is just masterful, frankly. And as I expressed on Twitter earlier today, I think it's quite probable that Ethereum will take over that #1 spot even sooner than most people that even think it's possible have been projecting. What do you say?
Oh, 100%. I think you know, I look for catalysts and things all the time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's so funny in crypto, you know, people think they're either you're early or you're late. But I think there's days, you know, every day is a new day. But I think there's days in history where, like, you can definitively point to, okay, this day is when things changed. And I think today is the day when things changed for Ethereum. And it got its legs as the #1 cryptocurrency on Earth.
You know, that's a very epic statement there, Nick, but I don't think it's incorrect. I think today is a massive, epic, landmark, game-changing day for Ethereum. From what I can see so far, the London hard fork is the template for it is absolutely brilliant, an absolute success. And once it starts really getting its legs and going into effect, I think it's just going to know no bounds, frankly. And what better timing, right? What better timing for Dogecoin, for example, to have positioned itself and so closely aligned itself with Ethereum before all this kicks in. Just a masterful strategy, masterful pairing there by all participants involved. What do you say?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and we think, you know, a lot of people for a while have always, you know, we've been pushing for, you know, how long now for Doge for Tesla. And we know for a fact, you know, Elon has gone back and forth with the Doge devs, you know, and we also know, you know, Elon thinks about Ethereum. We know what Vitalik thinks about Doge. All of these things are kind of interlined and intertwisted with one another, which makes me think that the planning around all of this stuff is very specific. The timing, everything is perfectly, masterfully worked out. So that's why, when some of the largest content creators sometimes will ask me, what do you think about price action or whatever, especially related to Doge, like I am so chill. Like I just, I look at our trading. Yeah, we might not have caught a big of an uptrend as Ether or Bitcoin over the past few weeks, but we're still moving in an upward channel. And the connection between Doge and Ethereum is so strong that going forward, it just, I'm sold. Like, I'm sold.
Yeah, I would echo that sentiment. And Nick, that is something after I want to talk about specifically Ethereum a little bit longer, but after that, that's something I want to crack into. I want to talk about specifically, people that have been expressing concerns as to why Dogecoin isn't moving as heartily as and as bullish as Bitcoin and Ethereum are now. So we will discuss that, guys, after we talk about Ethereum more specifically in a little bit more depth. This comes courtesy of Black Crypto. And the title of this article is, "Here's How Much ETH Has Already Burned Due to the EIP 1559. ETH London upgrade has happened successfully. Due to EIP 1559, the network is now burning ETH on a regular basis. Ethereum's London hard fork has gone live and its effects are already underway. The network included a specific improvement called EIP 1559, which was designed to simplify how transaction fees are paid. But part of the new mechanism involved burning a portion of the transaction fees by removing them from the circulating supply of the coins. And while new Ether is being issued every block, this reduction in supply is helping to counter that, effectively reducing the network's rate of inflation. So far, 213 ETH have already been burned at the value of $560,000, according to Block Explorer. More burning more than is minted. Well, 1559 is not slated to make Ethereum deflationary, where the network would burn more supply than is being issued. There's already been a block where that was the case, as pointed out on ETH Hub. Co-founder Eric Connor, Ethereum block, a bunch of numbers, saw more Ethereum being burned than was issued.
That happened. Yeah, I was watching it live today.
You saw that live. Can you describe to me what you saw there?
Yeah, I mean, there was they were dumping more per minute than was being issued. So it was impressive to see, because a lot of people for so long, that was that was a primary argument around Dogecoin for so many years, way before Ethereum ever came on the scene. Was like, well, there's so much being added per minute, you're never going to be able to sustain that growth. And along came Ethereum and said, we're going to add coins to infinity. But what people fail to realize is there's periods like this where there will be days or moments or hours or minutes where that won't be the case. There will be periods of time where there will be, it'll be deflationary. Mm-hmm. And some of that time, depending on how much is burned and when, that definitely, clearly that affects the price. Now, that does, gas fees were through the roof today, so there is, it's a...
I noticed.
Ups and downs. Yeah, the balance is, you have to think about that. So sharding is something they have to look to going forward that might curtail some of that. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting to watch today live, and I think going forward, the improvements that are going to be made to Ethereum, and hopefully, Ethereum 2.0 will be coming out soon. We'll get to see what that looks like.
Yeah, which is another incredible update that will be coming out too. It's going to be even more impactful. So Nick, why were gas fees so high today in the wake of the London hard fork? Shouldn't that help that situation?
Well, no. So, right, the burn, you're getting rid of more token or more coins. So you're causing a decrease in supply.
Yep.
And then you're also decreasing the reward, right, that's going to the miners. In turn, temporarily, it puts a strain on the system, and and then of course, as we saw today, demand shot through the roof. Of course, that also increases the gas fees. So, those things combined. Now, I think with Ethereum's next upgrade, we should see that decrease, and I think that gas fees will start to decrease just as the hype kind of dies down.
Yes.
But that was, obviously with this amount of hype, everyone buying, the network being slammed, and they have to implement all of this. They have to implement this hard fork and make sure that nothing gets screwed up. You don't want duplicate transactions or anything. Obviously, they've been testing this for a long time, so this is something they were completely prepared for. It went off without a hitch, but of course, as something like that goes out, demand and increases around Ethereum, and we watched it happen live today.
Yeah, we certainly watched it happen live today, and Ethereum just continuing, guys, to be incredibly bullish. It's up about 3.5% for the day. It's sitting, it's approaching 2,800 as we speak right now. And to give you a little more perspective, Ethereum's up almost 15% for the last week and 24% over the last month. Just incredibly bullish numbers for Ethereum. Speaking of bullish, Bitcoin is looking very bullish as well. It's a great sign for the rest of the market, to the tune of being up 19% over the last month, up a percentage and a half over the last week. And for the day, Bitcoin's almost up 3% for the day. Huge numbers coming in today for Bitcoin. So do you think that the London hard fork has had a very bullish effect on what's going on with Bitcoin today?
Oh yeah, I mean, clearly, I watched Bitcoin all day today, and although right now it's getting a little bit of retracement, nothing major, I kind of had this theoretical fight going on in my head of Bitcoin holders, waging an internal war with themselves as to if their asset is really going to be the bee's knees in the next 10 years or not. And to be completely honest, we saw today a lot of Bitcoin getting pulled off of the exchanges and put into cold storage, to fight another day. I think that the wise move for people, and especially if they want the price of Bitcoin to move, is to pull their crypto off of the exchanges and just sit on it. Bitcoin is digital gold, but most gold, or the majority of gold in the world, is not traded on an exchange on a daily basis. People use it, or they store it away. They keep it in their house or whatnot. And I think that's how most Bitcoiners should treat Bitcoin. I think they should keep it locked away for a long period of time and really off the exchanges.
I tweeted out earlier today, this morning, I said, Ethereum is likely pumping today due to the anticipation of the London hard fork, which coincidentally is something I experienced on a European vacation in the early 2000s with the minx named Isabella, which got quite a reaction. A lot of comments on that one. Let's pivot over to, there seems to be, again, anxieties from certain sectors of the Doge community. Just wondering, what the heck? Why are we left out? Why is Doge just trading sideways? Why does it seem like Doge every place is all the major coins are going someplace but Doge? Why are we trading sideways? Well, Ethereum and Bitcoin are pursuing in such bullish fashion, Nick.
Well, I would, if I was a Bitcoin maxi, I would say Bitcoin's the future.
Yeah.
But realistically, I mean, it is now more than proven that Ethereum is the future. It really is. Like, not just because of what's, it's currently capable of much more than Bitcoin. It's currently doing much more than Bitcoin. And I think that that's important. I kick myself every day that I didn't, when I shifted my BNB over to Bitcoin, I wish I would have, 50% split it between ETH and Bitcoin. I didn't, but I wish I did. My regrets in crypto are usually centered around Ethereum for some. I do have a plan with Ethereum. Like, I do have like a long-term outlook, and I do have a plan for my Ethereum purchase. It's just, it hasn't happened yet. It will.
Yeah, I actually moved. I moved the majority of my months ago. I moved the majority of my Bitcoin out, and I put it into ETH. So I kind of saw the writing on the wall, in my opinion, anyway. Not that I think Bitcoin's a bad investment. I do not think it's a bad investment. I still think it's a very safe, solid, long-termer, because, whether Ethereum's hanging on at number 1, number 2, or number 3, it's going, particularly with its hard cap, it's going to continue to only appreciate in value over time. I even tweeted, I'm paraphrasing here, but I tweeted last night as well. I said, if you're getting overwhelmed at the sheer amount of coins and tokens on the market, and you're just getting overwhelmed by the crypto market in general, you can always just keep it simple. Put some money into simply only Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin. Forget about it for at least a few years and relax. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot more people should. I think a lot of people could benefit from that mindset instead of being freaked out on a daily basis. When realistically, most people are probably working with, between $1,000 and $10,000 in the crypto market.
Right.
And meanwhile, I'm letting my life ride on this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally like gambling my life in crypto.
Right.
I sleep just fine.
Yeah, I mean, you sound pretty relaxed today. I mean, you're a guy that has certainly a lot more to lose than most when it comes to Dogecoin. What's particularly curious to me at this juncture, Nick, here we're seeing all these just fascinating, major, huge, epic developments coming forth with Ethereum. And like you said, it's quickly and more obviously becoming apparent with each passing day that Ethereum is headed to be king of crypto, frankly. And with that in mind, I've noticed a lot of the same content creators and bigger names in crypto who are very dismissive of Dogecoin, don't think Dogecoin is a serious investment, are still completely marginalizing and underestimating Dogecoin at this juncture, knowing where ETH is going and that Dogecoin is so closely tethered to Ethereum at this point. Where are these guys? How can these massively popular cryptocurrency content creators be so dismissive of Dogecoin at this stage in the game while being completely bullish on Ethereum?
I think they pay no mind, or out of sight, out of mind. Dogecoin, they know it exists. it's so funny because they like purposefully walk around us.
Yes.
You know, BitBoy Crypto, he knows Dogecoin exists.
Yes.
And he'll praise Ethereum till the hilt and back, but he'll never bring up Dogecoin. He'll never like bring up the topic or talk about it. He'll talk about everything else in crypto. Literally everything else but Dogecoin.
It's true.
It's like
true.
we're oil and vinegar to these people. I hate to break it to them, but Doge is gonna pump, and it's gonna pump hard,
Right.
and it's gonna be tied or somewhat tied to how well Ethereum does, especially with the next wallet update that comes out that links us together.
Right.
So I don't know what to tell these people. They're gonna, you know, they have nothing to say now. I'm sure they'll have plenty to say when we're over $1, and I'm sure they'd have even more to say if Bitcoin is number 2 and Ethereum is number 1, or God forbid, Doge is number 2, Ethereum's number 1, and Bitcoin's number 3. You know, we'll see. I think the Bitcoin crowd, you know, they just don't like to, they pretend that Doge doesn't exist, and that's fine. They can keep pretending as long as they want. I will give it to some larger BTC content creators, primarily Cryptos R Us, George. He does talk about Dogecoin, like
he does,
and positively too. Like he's like, you know, Doge will have its day, and it you know, it's got a clear path and all this stuff. So there are people who align themselves with BitBoy who are you know, maybe not fans of Dogecoin, but they at least acknowledge its presence.
Yeah.
And give us a nod when nods are due. So
give us a nod and nods are due. That's all we're asking. We're not. We don't expect content creators like BitBoy to spend a ton of time on Dogecoin. And I respect if Doge isn't your jam. Like I'm not. Yeah. Like this. To me, I mean, we're an enthusiastic community, and obviously, our show is incredibly bullish on Doge. It's a very Doge-centered crypto show, but at the same time, like, I think I could speak on behalf of both of us, where we're not bothered if other crypto content creators aren't as bullish on Doge as we are. Like, I don't care. But at this stage, to just completely ignore Dogecoin, when Vitalik Buterin himself, just a short time ago, says, I love Dogecoin. I love it every day, his words, and then go on to say, shortly before all this happened, this is a few months ago, on Lex Freeman's podcast, said specifically, I would love to see a pairing happen. I would love to see some development happen between Dogecoin and Ethereum. And so for BitBoy Crypto to get on his show day after day, knowing how incredibly bullish he is on Ethereum, and he really is, he talks about Ethereum constantly, while ignoring and when he does bring up Dogecoin, it's kind of snarky and it's marginalized. It's like, you guys, you realize the predominant mastermind of Ethereum loves Dogecoin and recognizes it for its strengths, and can also understands that Dogecoin has strengths where Ethereum has weaknesses, and vice versa, and that is the purpose of the pairing. This isn't rocket science here, Nick.
No, but you know, like I said, let them be blind, for they shall see. Kind of biblical.
Yeah.
But one day they will be forced to cover Dogecoin. That day will come, and that day is not far away.
Yeah.
By the way, that day is very soon. I just got done. I was talking to Steven before the show. I just got done updating my trading view with the technical data from CoinsKid. So now I have his Fibonacci levels on my Dogecoin chart, as well as his resistance levels. I like what I'm seeing, you know. I'd like to see us get over the 236 level, and I see a path to that, you know, happening as we speak. So, the day will come. And the craziest part about Dogecoin is it just happens on the weirdest, most random, like Thursday afternoon or, Tuesday morning or whatever. It just happens out of nowhere. And I think that that's kind of part of the mystique of Dogecoin. It just moves like crazy out of nowhere. And then guess what? That's when BitBoy and his crew, that's when they're forced to talk about it.
Right.
And Rock Lobster coming in with the 1999 YOLO Doge. That's what I live my life by. I literally have a tattoo of it.
Thanks, Rock Lobster, for kicking things off with a strong super chat. Put a little pep in my step. Thank you for that. Speaking of what you're seeing with your Fibonacci retracement, I know you do a lot of charting and TA on your own every day, Nick. We were talking about it a little bit just briefly before we went live tonight. We are both seeing very similar things today on our analysis of the charts. To me, I'm always a little trepidatious about making such announcements, but doesn't it look like something absolutely massive is brewing right now?
Yes. Obviously with Ethereum, where it's already shot through what I thought was, it's doing much better than everything else. But I will say that Bitcoin overall, the chart looks great. Like, it's very clear what's going on right now. This isn't a massive bull trap like so many crypto faces and Richard Hart's predicted. I don't think this is a bull trap. It would have happened. The trap would have been sprung at this point. It's not to say that there's not some room for downside, but I feel like something very, very big is brewing in the crypto markets. In fact, that was a few of the major stories that I was kind of following today. JPMorgan quietly unveiled their access to a half dozen crypto funds.
Yep, that was another. We can go to that. That was one of the stories on my list. Yeah, why don't we pivot to that now? I got an article about that, an article or two, and then we'll kind of just disseminate what this means. Let me pull up my notes here, Nick. I know I had it in here.
On CNBC, if you need the link, I got it.
Okay, well, I got one on from Cointelegraph, so we'll just go into that one. JPMorgan launches in-house Bitcoin fund for private bank clients. The mega bank has started pitching private bank clients on a passive Bitcoin fund in partnership with NYDIG. JPMorgan Chase began pitching an in-house Bitcoin fund. You know what? This article, I realize it's not Cointelegraph, it's CoinDesk, so it's going to be incredibly skewed towards Bitcoin, probably without even acknowledging the expansion. So why don't you? I'm going to go to the CNBC coverage of it because I don't really want Barry's take on this. So let's see. Let me look this up. JP Morgan Bitcoin CNBC.
I threw it in Discord for you.
Okay. Here we go. This will be better coverage, guys. JPMorgan, led by Bitcoin skeptic Jamie Dimon, quietly unveils access to a half dozen crypto funds. That's better. On Thursday, financial advisors were allowed to begin placing private bank clients into a new Bitcoin fund created with crypto firm NYDIG, according to people with knowledge of the move. Last month, JPMorgan rolled out access to 4 funds from Grayscale Investment and 1 from Osprey Funds, according to the people. Sources declined to be identified. Speaking about the offerings, let's see here.
You need $10 million to be able to invest.
Is that all?
Yeah, just 10 mil.
That all. With little fanfare, JPMorgan Chase had started giving its wealth management clients access to 6 crypto funds the past month. Wow. Last month, JPMorgan rolled out access to 4 funds from the Grayscale investment, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, Grayscale Bitcoin Cash Trust, Grayscale Ethereum Trust, Grayscale Ethereum Classic Trust, and Osprey Bitcoin Trust, said the people. So when they say 6, is it just 3 versions each of Bitcoin and Ethereum, or is it 6 different cryptocurrencies?
6 different cryptos, because I know Grayscale they cover like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I can't remember. I don't remember everything Grayscale covers, but I think and I'm Osprey. I've never heard of them, but
right.
I would imagine it's 6 coins altogether. Probably, maybe Cardano, Polkadot. I don't know, something like probably 6 within the top 10. I'd imagine.
Yeah. Crypto Tanker, I just saw her in the chat. Steven and Nick, if you had $100 right now, what would you put it in? Go ahead, Nick, and then I'll answer.
You would think I would say Dogecoin, but actually probably Ethereum.
Yeah.
Just because I don't have any. If I had Ethereum, I'd put it in Doge.
For me, I mean, honestly, I'd put it right in Dogecoin. I think the amount of Dogecoin you can get for $100, where Dogecoin's sitting now between 19 and 20 cents, I think is going to be seen as an absolute bargain a few years from now. Whereas $100 isn't going to buy a whole lot of ETH. I hate to sound so predictable, but I would absolutely, if I just had $100 extra bucks at my disposal right now, I'd throw it into Dogecoin. The only reason why Dick didn't say Dogecoin is because he's already a Dogecoin millionaire, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Every time people are like, would you still buy Dogecoin? And I want to say yes, but I just feel like I have too much. Like, I don't want to like keep. I never want to be like this gluttonous like Dogecoin hoarder, and I already feel like I am. So.
Yeah. Could you kind of break it down? I mean, I could try my best as well, but could you maybe try to break it down in layman's terms for the chat, what Grayscale is?
Cryptocurrency for geriatrics.
Yeah, that's kind of, I know, it's like a super, almost like overtly safe way to invest in cryptocurrency, where you're just, from what I understand, you're just handing over so much of the reins. To me, it doesn't seem particularly nearly as advantageous as if you just invested direct. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, it just shocks me, Steven. Like, and then the JPMorgan rollout of crypto. It's like, okay, we're rolling out cryptocurrency to our customers, but you have to have at least $10 million to be able to buy any. It's like, if I've got $10 million, you would think someone with that much capital would know how to use an exchange. It's literally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And by the way, all the like JPMorgan,
it's
Grayscale,
unreal. It's unreal. A $10 million minimum. A $10 million minimum when anybody can just get online and go into the Apple or Google Play Store and download, Coinbase or anything else and make it happen for themselves. This is just peak absurdity here. This is peak boomerism right here.
I guess it's what old millionaires like. I guess they like. I don't know. They want to feel like they're
exclusive,
exclusive, white glove treatment. But it's so funny, Steven, because these are the same people that like don't tip their waitresses and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like that kind of cheap, but yet they're willing to throw away like tens of thousands of dollars in basically fees, asset management fees.
Yes.
Now they can say that they own Bitcoin. So dumb.
Yeah, I know of which that you speak. Guys, you're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. My co-host is Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, take a moment to do that. please take a split second to do that. It's the number one thing you can do to help out a channel like this and help it grow. So if you haven't hit the like button, please just take a second to do that. Really appreciate it. Also, if you're brand new here, don't be afraid to speak up in the chat and mix it up. We've got a really welcoming, really chill, really cool community here, and would love to get to know you. So don't feel like you just got to lurk and just be quiet. Everyone here is really welcoming and cool. So also, if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to subscribe, hit all on that notification bell. In my opinion, we've got the best community in crypto. We may not be the biggest, but we are the best. And in my opinion, and I think we've just got a really vibrant, special thing going on here. So would love to have you sync up with our vision to the moon, Mars, and beyond. And also, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime or throughout the broadcast, that's obviously hugely appreciated for the time and efforts put in. Feel free to ask whatever questions or comments directed at myself or my esteemed co-host, Nick Balls. And lastly, you guys, I will be going live with a membership-only exclusive stream for members only for an after show directly after this stream. So obviously, all members are welcome there. And I will be posting on my Twitter and on the timeline on YouTube the link to the members only stream. So if you have a hard time finding it, all you got to do is go to my Twitter. I will be posting a link, a direct link for the members only stream to my Twitter if you're not sure where to go. And if you're wondering how to become a member, all you got to do is click the link pinned at the top of the chat. Getting back to Grayscale, it's even got like an old fogey name to it, Grayscale. I mean, the lack of self-awareness regarding this is, I find, quite amusing. What do you say, Nick?
I'm going to open up a fund for old people to buy cryptocurrency. I'm going to call it Silver Platform. Or, yeah.
Silver
Bitcoin
scale.
Silver.
Oh my gosh, it's just so funny to me. It's just like, you guys know you can cut out the middleman pretty easily and really expand your margins and your profits significantly by just downloading an app, right? Anyway,
what's an app?
This is kind of a fun story, which continues, that I don't think has got enough fanfare in the Dogecoin community, and that's why I want to draw more attention to it. We touched on it really briefly yesterday, Nick, but I wanted to circle back to it because I'm trying to give it more attention. That is Oscar Mayer, including 10,000 Dogecoin in this promotional hot dog pack. So, they had this auction. I'm not sure if it went through because of potential violations with eBay of their terms of service, but they have this graphic of this exclusive pack of Oscar Mayer hot Doge wieners, classic uncured hot Doge wieners, no artificial colors, no preservatives, no fillers or byproducts, no added nitrates. So, and it's got the Shiba Inu on there. The thing that it's not necessarily the auction that I find most fascinating about this story. It's the fact that Oscar Mayer, out of nowhere, starting a few days ago, just decided to go all in for Doge. Their entire timeline is Doge-centric. Their pinned tweet is Doge-centric. Even their avatar on Twitter has the Doge Shiba Inu ingrained in the Oscar Mayer avatar. And obviously Oscar Mayer is a major corporation. Guys, we always talk about how this is what we want. We want adoption. We want major companies to embrace Dogecoin. Well, that is happening right now with Oscar Mayer, and I just don't think Oscar Mayer has gotten quite enough fanfare for it. So it's not your guys' fault. It's certainly not my fault, but I haven't really seen hardly any, I don't know what's going on, but I've hardly seen anyone else covering this. So get on over there, support Oscar Mayer, maybe give him a follow, show him some love, give him a like, give him a retweet, give him a couple nice comments encouraging them, and for mixing it up with the Dogecoin community and for cross-promoting Doge. This is great. We love this. This is exactly the sort of thing we like, and so let's encourage them, guys. And so the more encouragement and feedback they get, the more likely they are to keep participating. And who knows, they could maybe put a limited edition hot Doge hot dog, Doge, whatever line on there, and maybe even a permanent one like Mr. Singh's out of the UK, a chip company. They're adding permanently due to a good, strong reaction from the Dogecoin community, some Dogecoin chips. Robbie Gilchrist, haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you, man. Great to see you, Robbie Gilchrist, the Dogecoin Dolphin in the house. Great to see him back, coming in with a generous super chat of 69 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, Robbie. Great to see you back in the fold. Great to see you in the chat. And I'm sure everyone else missed you as well. So thank you for that generous super chat, Robbie. Hugely appreciated, my friend. Hugely appreciated. So the current bid, okay, I guess the auction's back up. Someone's saying in the chat, Nick, the current bid for the pack of hot dogs is $13,300. What do you say, Nick?
I gotta check this out because it was down the last time I looked.
Now I know that the Oscar Mayer Doge Wiener pack was supposed to come with 10,000 Dogecoins included. But apparently the auction abruptly ended yesterday because giving away any cryptocurrency was seen as a violation to any eBay's terms of service. So,
it says they're back.
Yeah.
Even more, much wow. This limited edition pack of hot Doge Wieners now comes with the cash value of 20,000 Dogecoin. They upped it.
They upped the ante. So is it? Oh, so why didn't the auction continue yesterday? Why did it get disrupted? Is it still on eBay?
Oh, I see. Okay, so the winner of this auction won't just receive the only pack of Oscar Mayer hot Doge Wieners in the world, but also, and here's the caveat, enough cash to purchase 20,000 Dogecoin.
Oh, I get it. That's how they worked around it and were able to get it back up there.
Correct. So they're no longer selling, they're not selling crypto. They're selling the hot dogs and then cash to buy 20,000 Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And then also any proceeds that are made above and beyond what 20,000 Dogecoin costs at the time.
Yeah.
Is going to go to feeding America. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. That sounds like an awesome auction, a win-win. Tara Romano, good to see you, Tara. $2 super chat, and thank you for that, Tara. Anybody get the winners list email from Coinbase? Do you know what she's talking about, Nick?
No.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, they were doing that Dogecoin giveaway that I don't think they ever. I think that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever I don't know if there were ever any winners there. That's kind of dodgy there, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't think there ever were.
I know they never announced any winners to that quote-unquote contest. So I'm a little bit skeptical of the legitimacy of that contest. Rock Lobster, $4.99. Thank you, Lobster. NCR buying Liberty X. Big news or not really. What say you two? NCR buying Liberty X. NCR buying Liberty X. What does that mean, Nick?
I'm about to find out.
Okay, we're gonna do a little search here, Rock Lobster, and try to address your question.
Okay.
What does it mean?
They're NCR is a software services provider.
Okay.
Out of Atlanta. That's a big company. They got 36,000 employees.
Wow.
Liberty X, they're a cryptocurrency ATM company.
Oh, that's right. Okay, now I know Liberty X. Yeah.
So, I mean, that sounds like a pretty big acquisition on their part.
Yes.
But NCR sounds like a massive company. I know how popular those crypto ATMs are, especially in like big cities. I've seen them here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
There's no list. They don't have a list price on their purchase. I don't think it's actually happened yet. They say it's scheduled to take place The transaction is expected to close later this year, subject to customary closing conditions. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that and see how that one plays out. But that could be huge in the cryptocurrency kiosk market.
Yeah, and I don't really know much more to add to that, if it's a big news or not. But what I will say that we can clearly deduct from that is it's a great sign for crypto that a company the size and scale of NCR has invested to purchase Liberty X. Obviously, they have a lot of. I'm sure they've crunched numbers and interest and demographic surveys to conclude that this is a solid investment for the future. So that much we know for sure, if anything. Ben Gordy says someone posted a winning Coinbase email on Reddit for the giveaway. So, okay, so there's proof of one winner at least. So thank you for that, Ben. Thanks for adding to the story there. Bang Stun says Oscar Mayer is help under Kraft Heinz, which pays awesome dividend. Great long-term hold stock. Nick, something I'd like to just entertain and address briefly here is the word wieners. Wieners is such a funny word. I just can't talk about wieners without laughing on the inside. And just to be clear, you guys, the one package that's up for auction right now, of one pack of classic hot Doge wieners made with turkey, chicken, and pork with no artificial flavors or additional nitrates. That includes 10 wieners in that pack. What do you say, Nick? In one sitting, do you think you could put 10 hot Doge wieners in your mouth?
Oh, dude. They're when did I was probably about like 13 or maybe 14. I go on this trip, by the way. I'm going to be going on this trip on the the 1st of 3rd of September.
Yeah.
I go on this what do you call it? Like a rafting, river rafting. We get canoes and we go down this river. One year, I was a kid. Like I said, I was like 13.
Yeah.
And my dad took me. I didn't eat all day.
Yeah.
And we got back after the trip. We were on the river all day long in the canoes. And I ended up eating like 27 bratwursts.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I should preface it by saying the first like 5 or 6 I ate with the buns. And then I just stopped. I just started eating them whole.
Wow.
But yeah, it was like 26 or 27 bratwursts. So I can put them down when I want to.
Wow, 27 bratwursts, and are you serious? In one sitting?
Oh yeah, dude. They were the people who invited us. Like we go with this family every year because they have like a camper there, and now the guy has a house by the river.
Yeah.
They were pissed because they thought they thought they were gonna have a bunch like the next day, and people were coming over, and like I literally ate all their brats.
You ate the whole supply, just you. So if you can throw back 27 brats, that means you could probably throw back at least 35, a minimum of 35 wieners, Nick, in one sitting.
Oh yeah, definitely, maybe more.
Wow, that is wild. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to find an excuse to say the word wieners on the air, and so I
wonder if Oscar Mayer knows about our love of green weenies that Crypto Batman, coined the term green weenie for the green bars on the graph. I wonder if they know about that.
They might. I don't know if I would. It would be a good idea if they came out with like limited edition green wieners. I don't think.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think that would look too appetizing. I would buy a pack for novelty's sake, just for
Have you ever been to
posterity.
Buena Beef? Have you ever been there?
Buena Beef?
Yeah, you ever been to Buena Beef? They're not around as much anymore, but they used to be everywhere.
No, I haven't been to Buena Beef.
It's a chain restaurant around here. Maybe. Okay.
What's on your mind?
I can't be the only person who. I know I'm not for sure because other people have confirmed this. But when you go to Buena Beef, the next day, and it doesn't matter what you get, you can get anything. They're known for their like Italian beefs and whatever. Every time you get it, the next day you always poop green.
Oh God, Nick!
I don't know why. I don't
Not
know
a
why
good
that
sign.
is. Why is that with Buena Beef? Has anybody else experienced this? Anybody?
I feel I've never eaten at Buena Beef, so I haven't experienced that. But I feel like that's a real bad sign. I feel like it's a real bad sign if it's going to do that to you after one meal.
They are like slowly going out of business. There's
Talk
not as
about
many of them.
so literal green weenies.
Yeah, that's what got me thinking about it.
Oh God. Moving along. Just one more time, I'm going to say the word wieners. Wieners. Thank you for the Doge wieners, Oscar Mayer, and thank you for the support via wieners. And you know what? At the end of the day, guys, we're all wieners, really, honestly. So there are no losers here on Steven Steele Live. We are all big wieners. Elon Musk says Tesla. Get this one. This one flew under the radar with a lot of content creators today. Elon Musk says Tesla wasn't invited to the White House for their electric car summit.
Absolutely ridiculous.
What? Thursday morning, Biden signed an executive order setting a goal to make 50% of all cars sold in 2030 zero-emission vehicles. Okay, that's nice and ambitious. The White House held a summit on the future of electronic vehicles on Thursday, but excluded the nation's top-selling electronic car company. Elon Musk said on Twitter that his company, which had been responsible for about 74% of electric car sales in the U.S. over the past 3 years, was not invited to the event. Elon tweeted just earlier today, seems odd that Tesla wasn't invited. The White House event was about the future of electric cars and fuel economy standards. President Joe Biden spoke from the White House steps and was joined by chief executives from Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, and Chrysler parent company Stellantis. On Thursday morning, Biden signed an executive order with a goal to make 50% of all new cars sold in 2030 zero-emission vehicles. The future of the auto industry is electric. Made in America, Biden tweeted. No shit, Sherlock. Why wouldn't you invite? And this opens a whole Pandora's box of other questions. Why he wouldn't be invited? But General Motors, Ford, and so forth and Chrysler reps were invited. The first thing that comes to mind is maybe who's patting them, who's patting the politicians. And, Tesla runs a very ethically clean operation. So it could just be a matter of not greasing the right palms. What do you say, Nick?
I guess, Tesla historically has taken more government aid than any other EV company out there. They work with the government more than any electric vehicle creator. It's so crazy.
Stupid.
It's almost like they did it on purpose.
They had to have.
That just seems insane to me.
There's no way, Nick, that this was an accident. And also, Elon marches to the beat of his own drum. He has been seen. He has been kind of a target, off and on, from certain sectors of the left, to be honest, for reasons that are very kind of ambiguous, inarticulate, and or false, or a combination of all three. And it's never quite clear. I think at the end of the day, it's because Elon's just a man. It doesn't strike me as either left or right, and he just is kind of a rogue titan that just is going to do his own thing and not line up under any sort of one solo political ideology. He's just going to do his thing, and maybe that was enough to rub the administration the wrong way. I'm not sure. But next to that, I can't help but think of what's really probably playing a key role in this decision is just the palms that have been greased. The auto lobbyists and their relation probably have just tighter, cozier relationships with the administration than Tesla does. What do you say?
I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Tesla lobbies just like every other large auto company. I don't see why they wouldn't. It just seems so odd to me. Like, why? Why wouldn't you? You're gonna have a summit on electric vehicles, and you don't bring the biggest one. Like, that's. God. You know what? I feel like Ron Swanson some days. Like, I hate the government.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. To me, it just seems like a baffling oversight, knowing that, again, Tesla is responsible for putting almost 75% of all electric vehicles on the road, and the president's having a summit specifically for the expansion of electronic vehicles. It's just like it's like not inviting Hershey's chocolate to a chocolate convention. I don't know. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's notable for sure. Someone in chat saying is because Elon doesn't let his employees unionize. I'm not so sure that would be enough of a. Well, it might play a role actually when you look at how close the AFL-CIO works with the Democratic Party. I still don't know if it's enough. And from what I've looked into that issue, I would be curious to look into that issue more. And because when I did explore that and that claim, there was a lot of nuance there that I don't think is getting covered. But I just have to do more research in that. Anyway, moving on. So here we have an infrastructure bill. And also, just to dovetail off this story a little bit more, CNBC reported earlier that Pete Buttigieg says he doesn't know why Elon Musk's Tesla wasn't invited to Biden's clean car showcase. So Pete Buttigieg doesn't even know, and he's the transportation secretary, and he doesn't even know why Elon Musk wasn't invited. That's at least have a reason, right? So it could have something to do with the United Auto Workers Union, maybe. But I mean, just come out and say it. Come out and say what the beef is, what the quandary is. To me, this is by not even saying you don't even know a reason or just ignoring it is that just really strikes me the wrong way. It just doesn't sit with me well. And then Elon today, on his Twitter and his replies, something that stood out to me pretty sharply was James Locke tweeted this, and then Elon Musk responded, which I will read you. So this was the tweet that Elon Musk responded to by James Locke. Maybe if Elon Musk moved Tesla manufacturing to Mexico like Ford did to Mach-E, they would have a seat at the table of the President of the United States. Apparently, good-paying American jobs making 100% electric vehicles isn't enough as an example of how other manufacturers should behave. And then Elon Musk simply responded with, irony indeed. And then someone else, he responded to a laugh emoji to a tweet somebody made with Elon standing in front of the White House lawn, holding up a sign that says, "Hi, I make lots of EVs in the U.S." Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good in the words of Larry David there. So pretty good stuff, guys. And I think the final story I had for tonight was in relation to the cryptocurrency compromise emerges for infrastructure bill. This comes courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. Biden-backed provision aims to boost tax enforcement on cryptocurrencies. A key senator negotiating the roughly $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill signaled a willingness to compromise over a provision that seeks to raise money through tougher tax enforcement of cryptocurrency transactions. Senator Rob Portman, a Republican of Ohio, on Thursday said he agreed on the need to clarify the provision, which he wrote and is backed by the Biden administration. It aims to require brokers of digital assets to report on gains reaped on trading to the International Revenue Service. As crafted, it would raise an estimated $28 billion over a decade to pay for improved roads, bridges, ports, and other infrastructure. Nick, this is something we've talked about very recently, actually. We're both kind of on the same page in terms of having a robust funding for infrastructure, yeah?
Yeah, I think, well, America needs it. We need to get our infrastructure game on point going into the next few years here. I've always been a big infrastructure guy. If it's going to take some taxation. I understand that. But I'm glad to hear that politicians are actually coming together on this subject. It's funny that you really don't see the parties join forces too often. But how hilarious would it be if they come together and they figure out something that benefits everyone, crypto holders, America, and everyone? What if cryptocurrency was the great uniter in Washington? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. There was one big major step, one that we discussed yesterday, that seemed to have been from across senators from across the aisle that seemed to have agreed to make an augmentation to this piece of legislation in terms of what gets defined as brokers, right? And the ending result of that amendment means far less taxation on miners, crypto software, and crypto hardware developers, which is, if the legislation gets passed with that new amendment augmentation in place, is excellent news, wouldn't you say? Oh,
yeah. I mean... The original language of the bill was like they wanted to label everyone a broker. If you thought about cryptocurrency in the past decade, they wanted to have you pay taxes as if you were like an exchange. It's insane. And I'm glad to see that they came to their senses and somebody was like, I can't remember the quote of the article I read, but it was basically like. The summary was basically like, not only can we not do this, it would literally jam up the IRS to the point where taxes wouldn't even get done. It would also bring in less money than it would take to make it happen. Somebody did the math on what this would bring in versus how much it would cost, and they were like, this would cost significantly more to do this than it would to implement it. I'm glad that they actually came to their senses.
Yeah, me too. It's one of these things where I have a feeling, Nick, that the people that are most responsible for this this sensible amendment to the or rather augmentation to this legislation those likely came from these politicians' interns that were probably like, I don't think the people we work for have the slightest clue what they're talking about here. Those interns all trade crypto. Almost all of them are. Almost all of them do, and they're just like, what can we do to politely get our employer on board with some more sensible language in this bill? I can almost guarantee we have some interns to thank for this upgrade. So,
people who probably should be running the country.
Yeah, probably. I don't think it could do any worse. So if we just handed over the reins over the interns, honestly, I think chances are we'd be doing better, and perhaps considerably so. I don't know. Did you have anything else to add to this one, Nick?
No. Nothing major. You're gonna be doing a after hours tonight, right?
Yep, I'm going to do a short after hours stream for members only, you guys. I need a little bit of a break, but then I'll be going on in about 20 minutes after this stream ends. I'll be going on for an after hours stream, exclusive members only after hours stream. So members, if you make sure you have all your notifications set on to all, and I also will be for posterity's sake, I'll also post a link to the members only stream on my Twitter too, in case you're still not sure where to go. Okay, so yeah, I think we covered a lot tonight, and I think all in all, this was a good episode we can put in the books here. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And if you want to become a member, so you can get access to the bonus streams and members only videos that I'm going to do and start doing more of, and things like this, you can check out your membership options. Just the link pinned at the top of the chat to become a member there. Nick, thanks so much, man. You really added a lot to the conversation tonight. Appreciate it, and we'll catch. Yep, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. And thank you guys, thank you chat. You guys were awesome. And to the members, I will see you guys in about 20 minutes. And at that, this is Steven Steele and Nick Balls signing out.